Best budget laptops under $500. 1. Acer Aspire 5. Acer's Aspire 5 has improved significantly in its recent update, bringing better performance, build quality, and battery life. The latest model comes in at $350 with an 8th Gen Core i3-8145U CPU, 4GB of RAM, a 128GB SSD, and a 15.6-inch Full HD display. If you're willing to spend a little more, an additional $260 will net you a Core i5, 8GB of RAM, a 512GB SSD, and a discrete NVIDIA MX 250 GPU. That's a lot of computer for not a lot of money. Better yet, this is a well-built budget laptop that inspires confidence in hand, and its keyboard and touchpad punch way above its class. Battery life is also A+, with the Aspire 5 competing with laptops costing far more money. 2. Acer Swift 3. Finding a 13-inch laptop for under $500 is nearly impossible. That's a shame, as it's the most popular size for a laptop. Fortunately, there are a couple of decent 14-inch laptops that just barely sneak under the $500 limit. The best is the Acer Swift 3. Rather than cut any corners with a 720p display or a slow hard disk drive, the Swift 3 has the kind of up-to-date components you'd expect in a modern laptop. The performance is up to par too, sporting a dual-core Core i3 processor and 4GB of RAM. 3. Microsoft Surface Go 2. Microsoft's Surface Go 2, now in its second generation, is the baby of the Surface range, but that doesn't mean it's not a capable little machine. Starting at a price well under our $500 limit, you might think that this is a little too cheap, even for what we're looking at, but you'd be mistaken. Borrowing many of the excellent features from its more costly siblings like the Surface Pro 7, the Surface Go 2 is a sturdy, well-built detachable 2-in-1 that works just as well in tablet mode as it does as a laptop. You will need to shell out a little extra for the type cover and pen if you want the full laptop and tablet experience, but that does leave you with the option of upgrading later if you want to spread out your costs. And, although its screen isn't quite as detailed as something you'd find on a dedicated tablet like the iPad, it's still one of the best we've ever seen for a convertible laptop at this price point. 4. Lenovo IdeaPad Duo. If you're on a budget and want a detachable tablet that can meet your web browsing and light productivity needs, look no further than Lenovo's IdeaPad Duo. It's an attractively priced tablet at $279, $299 with 128GB of storage, and best of all, it includes a kickstand cover with a great keyboard with touchpad. That makes the Duo one of the best values we've seen, coming in at hundreds of dollars less than competitive tablets once you spend the money on a keyboard cover. Performance is mediocre, but it's fast enough for the tasks you'll ask it to perform, and the display is surprisingly good for the money. It'll run your favorite Android apps, and offers one of the best browsing experiences on a tablet. 5. Lenovo Chromebook S340. The Samsung Chromebook 4 Plus might be prettier, but the Lenovo Chromebook S340 sells for an unbelievable price. Despite having the same components as Samsung's Intel Celeron N4000, 4GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, the S340 is a whopping $300 cheaper. The S340 even has a touchscreen to boot. Its one significant compromise is the screen. It measures at a solid 14 inches, but is only a 1366 by 768 screen resolution with a max of 220 nits. That's not all that impressive or sharp, but for a $200 Chromebook, it'll get you by. You'd be hard-pressed to find a laptop with more value than the Lenovo Chromebook S340.